When loss arrives, the world tilts. Time moves differently, and every task that used to feel automatic now demands energy you cannot seem to find. Paperwork becomes heavy, and official letters feel like a language from another planet. The system promises help, but rarely tells you how to begin. There is a hidden checklist that the government never mails out, a quiet sequence of steps that decide whether you receive every dollar your spouse earned. In this conversation, we will walk through that invisible list slowly and clearly. By the end, you will understand the path that Social Security expects you to follow after loss, and you will know how to protect your own peace while doing it. When a spouse passes away, the first impulse is often survival. You breathe, you cover immediate costs, you gather family. Yet once the quiet hours return, documents start to arrive. Among them will be small white envelopes that carry a mixture of hope and confusion. Some mention survivor benefits, others talk about Medicare or life insurance. The Social Security Administration does not send a single clear guide explaining the order of events. That is why so many widows wait too long to file or file too quickly and miss options. The first item on the unseen checklist is timing. Timing sets every rule that follows. You can file for survivor benefits as early as age 60 or earlier if you are disabled. But each year of patience between 60 and full survivor age increases the monthly amount you will receive. Filing early is not always wrong. Sometimes you need the income right away. But understanding the trade-off means you can decide rather than react. For those nearing retirement, waiting even 2 or 3 years can add hundreds of dollars to every future deposit. Knowing this before you begin the paperwork is the difference between surviving and building new stability. The next step is documentation. Social Security needs proof for everything it pays. Gather your spouse's birth certificate if available, marriage license, Social Security numbers for both of you, and the death certificate with clear details. Keep copies of tax returns, even those more than 10 years old, since work history determines benefit calculations. Having this folder ready before you contact the agency prevents weeks of delay. Many widows discover late that one missing record paused their claim. When you prepare in advance, the entire process becomes smoother. After documentation comes connection. You must contact Social Security directly because funeral homes rarely file on your behalf. Call or visit your local office and request an appointment to file for survivor benefits. Bring your documents and ask for a printed summary of what you submit. The person helping you will guide you through a short interview. During that interview, you may hear terms like delayed retirement credits, earnings record, and survivor annuity. Do not worry if these sound unfamiliar. Ask the representative to speak slowly and explain each one. The agents repeat these words all day, but they understand not everyone does. You deserve answers in plain language. Once your initial application is filed, an entire second system starts behind the scenes. The agency checks the work record of your spouse across decades. If any years show missing income, you can sometimes correct them by providing W-2 forms or tax transcripts. This part of the checklist is often skipped because people assume records are perfect. In truth, older jobs may not have been reported electronically. Each year you recover can add measurable value to your lifetime benefit. Checking accuracy early turns frustration later into a pleasant surprise. The next part of the checklist is understanding your options beyond the survivor benefit itself. Some widows also qualify for benefits from their own work record. You cannot collect both at once in full, but you can often start one and later switch to the other. For example, if your personal retirement amount at age 70 will be larger than your survivor benefit, you can take the smaller survivor payment first and change later. This switch becomes one of the most powerful financial tools available because it allows income now and growth later. Learning how your two records connect can save thousands. At this point, many widows feel overwhelmed by the number of letters and statements. Each piece serves a purpose and fits into the bigger picture. Keep one folder labeled Social Security and place every document there. Paper organization might sound simple, but it prevents a flood of stress. Every answer you later need will already be in your hands. Earning this calm through clear preparation is part of the recovery process. Now, consider the Social Security earnings test that applies to those younger than full survivor age who continue to work. The agency does not forbid work, but it sets an annual earnings limit. For 2026, that limit will be around $23,000. If you earn more while receiving survivor benefits, a small portion of your payments will be withheld temporarily. Many believe withheld means gone forever. It does not. Once you reach full survivor age, the amount returns through a permanent increase to your benefit. Remembering this allows you to work without guilt or fear during those transitional years. The checklist's next question touches on remarriage. If you marry again before age 60, you usually lose eligibility for survivor benefits based on the first spouse's record. If you remarry after 60, the benefits continue unchanged. That single birthday line can affect decades of income. Knowing it early allows you to plan personal choices with clarity rather than emotional rush. Many families quietly delay ceremonies for this exact reason. It is not greed. It is wisdom. Another item rarely mentioned involves children. If you still have dependents under age 16, they may qualify for Social Security benefits through their deceased parents' record. Many widows do not realize this until years later. The program includes family benefits to support minors or students. Bringing their birth certificates and school records to your appointment ensures the benefits reach your household rather than expire unclaimed. Health insurance also intersects with these choices. At 65, you can join Medicare whether or not you have claimed Social Security. The two programs communicate but operate separately. Enrolling in Medicare on time protects you from penalties while allowing flexibility for when you claim survivor benefits. On your checklist, mark the months around your 65th birthday as the moment to confirm coverage options. Once benefits start arriving, it becomes a routine number in your account, yet managing that money wisely shapes everything that follows. Create a simple monthly plan for how you will use your deposits. Cover essentials first, such as housing, food, and utilities. Then set aside a small portion for savings, even if it is only a few dollars. Building a new sense of security matters more than the amount. The program's structure ensures stable income, but your budgeting habits make it count. Another piece of the unseen list is communication. Any change in your address, employment status, or family situation should be reported to Social Security. The agency updates accounts slowly, but accuracy matters. A quick call prevents months of correction later. Keep a small notebook near your phone or computer to log each conversation. Write down who you spoke with, what day, and what was discussed. These notes protect you if letters ever conflict with promises. But widows sometimes overlook tax interaction. While survivor benefits may be partly taxable, careful planning can reduce that burden. Think of your full financial picture. If you plan to withdraw money from savings or sell investments, coordinate those actions in different tax years to keep reported income lower. A meeting with a community tax advisor or free senior tax program can show easy ways to guard those dollars. The checklist also includes annual review. Benefits rarely require new applications, but they evolve with cost of living adjustments called COLA. Each January, your payment increases slightly to match inflation. Checking your online Social Security account verifies those adjustments. While you are there, confirm that your direct deposit information is current. Small clerical errors cause many of the delays people describe in frustration. A 15-minute online review each year saves endless calls later. Beyond money, the checklist reminds you to protect time for yourself. Widows often spend the first months focused entirely on paperwork and survival, forgetting that rest is also part of healing. Each balanced step gathering records, calling offices, organizing files, confirming deposits should be followed by time of quiet. Stress makes even simple forms feel impossible. Give yourself permission to pause. The system will wait when you need a short breath. As the months pass, you will notice that routine becomes safety. Opening a statement and recognizing every line means anxiety begins to fade. That calm signals the end of the initial maze. Still, review the list once or twice a year to stay updated. Confirm your COLA increases, your earnings if you continue working, and any changes to Medicare premiums. Knowledge keeps you steady. Let us pause on what happens if something looks wrong. If you receive a letter saying your benefit may be reduced or overpaid, call Social Security immediately. Many of those letters are automated and can be fixed with a short conversation. Never ignore them, but do not panic either. Keep copies of everything previously sent. Documentation wins every argument. When you reach full survivor age, the language of your paperwork changes. The words earnings test disappear and the payments stabilize. This moment often feels like emerging into sunlight after years of navigating rules. From then on, you can work as you wish, remarry freely, and plan without restriction. Take a quiet moment of pride when this happens. It means you finished the unseen checklist that so many never knew existed. Tax records will arrive every January as Form SSA 1099. Keep them with your taxes or hand them to whoever helps you file. They report the total you received for the year, including any withheld credits, so each statement matters. Some widows shred old papers in frustration. Never do that. Keep at least 7 years of correspondence. These pages form the written story of your benefit. Beyond official paperwork, your emotional well-being belongs on the checklist too. Social security represents security, but community represents survival. Stay connected. Join organizations for widows, churches, or hobby circles. Shared experience keeps perspective healthy. Talking with others doing the same paperwork turns isolation into support. Even this channel exists for that reason, to make complicated systems human again. Once the structure of Social Security feels clear, think about the next generation. Share what you have learned with children or friends. Write down in simple words how survivor benefits work and where your documents are kept. Doing this transforms what felt like bureaucracy into legacy. The lesson continues through your family, so they never struggle in silence the way you might have at first. Keeping hope alive is the final box on the invisible checklist. The law was built to carry families through uncertain times. You honor that purpose each time you stay informed, organized, and calm. Whatever the next letter says, you now know what it means. Whatever adjustment arrives, you understand the reason. The weight of confusion no longer belongs to you. When the next payment appears on your bank statement, see more than numbers. See a testament to work, love, and endurance. Each deposit stands for decades of shared effort, months of patience, and a new chapter of independence. It is proof that you can face systems, paperwork, and sorrow all at once and still emerge with stability. The Social Security checklist they forgot to send to widows is not a single sheet of paper. It lives in understanding. It lives in the rhythm of gathering documents, confirming records, staying patient, asking questions, and moving at your own pace. You now have it written inside your mind. Keep it close, review it every year, and share it freely. What began as confusion ends as confidence. What once felt like loss quietly transforms into knowledge that guides not just you, but everyone who follows after you.